So oftentimes it feels like we're thrown into a situation that we don't actually want to be in, having those feelings that you don't want to have, that it almost gets to depressive stage. And of course, it is no news that the world is going through challenging like times, and a lot of people are going hungry. But what exactly is the cost of action? You know, people often say tough season either make or mar you. But what do you make out of this season? And that's what we're going to be talking about today on today's life. Tough season, difficult times, those times that you just feel, when will this get over? When will this come to an end? And we're going to be discussing this. And we want you to join this conversation because we're going to be live. We are live on Facebook and YouTube at Equa Television International. Do well to join the conversation. My name is Joyce Jakada. And I'm not doing this alone. I have engineer Tony J. Nakali. Good morning.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, Prudence Burger. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sambu Solomon. Good morning.
Good morning, Joyce.
You're welcome. Yes, it's
Who, me?
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Most welcome. So
You sound like I've been away.
why do you say you've been away now?
Why are you singling me out to welcome me?
Because she missed you yesterday on set.
She missed
said
you. She said it.
On air?
Yes.
Where's-
I'm owing her, that's why. She's just...
So let's talk about tough season. How to
When
start?
she said it, we were all shocked.
you were surprised.
So, Joyce, you love me in my absence, in my
Did
presence.
I say love?
Uh-uh. Oh, you don't love me?
No, I don't hate you.
No, I'm just asking. You don't love me.
I love you.
Say it well now. Be proud of it. Be proud of it. If not, all the money I've dashed you this week, you are giving me back my money.
Okay, let's
How
talk
are
about
you?
fine, thank you.
It's good to be on set with you.
Same here.
Behave yourself today.
Please, let's behave ourselves. I mean me. And
Wow.
let's talk about tough
I had to
season.
cough on that one. So no.
Honestly.
I'd like to start with you. Yesterday we were here and we spoke about the fear of losing job. Talked about really how people work these days, working with fear, and how it impacts on even their productivity at workplace. I mean,
I missed that topic.
yeah, so why would you be working and then working with fear? Is there something that you're not giving to the organization in terms of value? If you have acquired skills, if you have developed skills, and then so why live in fear? Because the world should need you. I mean, you are providing solution, you're solving problems. So why work with fear? So, you know, and we already have this orientation even from school, like from be it formal or informal, how that you're being trained to think that you can only go to school and then acquire a job, like you can't create a job. And so people go ahead with that mindset, getting jobs, and when they get the job, finally they are working and they are saying, hey, if I lose this job, my life is finished. And so people just cage themselves in that circle, not daring to grow, not daring to be different, not networking, and not going beyond where they are. We actually missed your input on that. I'm sure you find a way of addressing that. But meanwhile, tough season, that also contributes to
True.
tough season, you know,
When
fear
you lose
of
your job, you live in a tough season.
of course. So how can one navigate tough season? When you talk about tough season, there are those moments that are unavoidable, inescapable scenarios, like it's beyond your control and you are faced with it. How do you navigate your way through?
As long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest time will not cease.
Hmm.
It's scriptural. If you are in a seeding time, that means it is time to plant. If you are in a harvest time, it is time to harvest what you have planted. A lot of people think that they don't have anything to harvest because they did not plant. No, it's not right. It's not true. You will harvest. You will harvest.
Because somebody's wondering, what will I harvest? I didn't even
What you
plant.
didn't plant. You harvest grass. You harvest wheat. If people understand life the way life is designed to be understood, Nobody will cry. Nobody will cry. Some people are purposeless. Some people are not purpose-filled in life. Some people don't care that economy can dwindle. They don't care. They will be saying, let them be doing that up there. You know, concern us we did down here. It will rub off on you. It will. Why do you see people, especially those abroad, working 5-10 jobs? They have to keep up. No matter how you complain, bills are real. Bills are real. Like me now, no matter how I shout in my house, don't wake me up in the morning. Even after settling them in the night, they will wake me up in the morning. Daddy, my this, my that. But we had a talk. Just a few hours ago. It might be like 10 hours, it might be 7, it might be 8. But we agreed that nobody will wake me up. I forgot when we were talking about. So there are bills. There are expected bills. There are unexpected bills.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning, you didn't plan. You can see a flat tire on your car. That's an unexpected bill. And if you plan to go to work with that car, you must fix it before getting there. It's an unexpected bill. You have to plan for that. But you see, Joyce, talking about tough seasons, everybody has that season in life. Somebody will say, big rich people don't have tough. No,
exactly
they do.
my thought. I was about to ask. So somebody that is a billionaire, you have mansion, you have businesses running. Why
He has a crazy wife to take care of.
Okay.
Oh, very nasty food.
He has a terrible son who is an addict to take care of. He has issues that the money in this world cannot deal with. So don't just look at beautiful houses and think these people's life is as beautiful as their houses look. No, it's not. No way possible. Everybody has a season in his life that is tough. Remember that guy that dealt with you? Remember that season was tough for you.
For who dealt with who?
But you say yes. You said, remember that guy, you say yes.
No. Which one? Did you hear me say yes?
Okay, you nod.
Joyce, that time you look
did
like
they turn off my mic?
you look like Kai. I pitied you
No
that time. But
guy,
you see,
no guy
but you
dealt
see,
with me.
after
Nobody.
I spoke to you, I spoke you out of that condition, and you are out.
Is
And
it
there's
this Joyce?
There's another tough season the same
This
time
Joyce,
coming your way.
This Joyce.
There's another tough season coming your way.
Okay.
Because Joyce, our tough seasons negative. Our tough seasons, negative seasons. No, they are not. They are just a propelling force to the next level.
Yeah.
You cannot go to the next level without a tough season. So when you deal with that tough season, that bounty season is waiting for you ahead. But until you cross that tough season, everybody has a tough season in his life. But when you see that tough season as a dying point, you will die. If you see it as a crossing point, you will cross. And when you cross, what is on the other side? Believe me, it's something you cannot imagine.
Okay.
So prepare yourself. Don't just rely, like I wish I was on set yesterday. Don't just rely on one source of income. All of you are quite close to me. And I keep saying it. When you close from work, check out. What else can I do with these 1-2 hours before getting home? Even if it's developing a skill. What else can I do? There are materials every corner. YouTube will give you materials every day. Instagram, you will see materials. People are either saying this or saying that. Facebook, materials. You are just the one that is going to look for new hair and new shoe and all of these things that are not going to add anything, but they are going to take in your life. All of these things are there to make you a bigger and a better person. There are side hustles that you can do. Believe me, you make money. Affiliate marketing. How many people are aware about that? You can just be wherever you are. Some people pay you to read books and review the book. Some people pay you to translate, say this thing in your own language. So there are so many things that from the comfort of your bed, you can be working and you can be earning. Joyce, if you earn $10 an hour, that's 16,000 naira an hour. If you multiply that by 4, that's some people's salary in a month. 60,000. 64. So how many people in Nigeria, even the 70,000 minimum wage, how many people are earning it already? So, like I would always say, what can you do when you find it out? What else can you do? Add it to that one. What else can I do? Add it to that one. What else can I do? Add it to that one. Before you know it, life is becoming easier and easier to deal with every day. Easier and easier to deal with.
Okay, you said something that is very vital. I'd like to pick on that and ask Sambo Solomon this question. Like, I've met with people that will look at you and say, you are finding it all easy. You said everybody goes through tough times. But what makes some people think that, no, it's all easy for this, it's just me that I'm unfortunate. The tough season is just only for them, not for everybody. Because people will look at you and say, no, you will not understand. So is it an issue of mindset, or actually there's the tough season is only picking up on them and then leaving other people?
I think it's lack of information.
Okay.
Yeah, lack of information, because sometimes you see people behaving in certain way until they are informed. They'll be like, okay, now I understand better. Because like he rightly said, tough season will always be there. From the time they said you will tilt the ground, that's when the tough season starts. And it will end when Jesus returns. So it's just for you to condition your mind and fit your mind with the right information that will make you to act right at the right time. That's just what makes you stand out. Because if you see people complaining, like sometimes you meet people, they will come to you and they will be like, this is how life is. Oh, it has been so difficult. You're opportune and this, and then you'll be looking at them. When you sit the person down and you tell him what you went through,
What you're even going through.
and what you are even going through, the person will start sympathizing with you.
They'll not say, hey, yeah,
I didn't know.
No idea.
So you see the reason why I say it's a matter of information. And even the information that we are talking about, it depends on you getting the information and what you use to do with it. Because you can have the right information about certain things and you choose to be adamant. Because some people choose their situation. No matter what you do
That's true.
to them, there's nothing. Just there's nothing. Like
Leave
we
us
were
there.
discussing, we were discussing earlier. He mentioned something. He said, there are some people that you can't help them in life because they have already chosen a pattern. And he said something. Yeah, I think before the show, and he said something like, "You check the person record, right? You check the person's record. Is enough for you to tell you where the person will end." I'm just paraphrasing. Yeah, he mentioned something like that. Means record. Okay, this person is going through certain situation in life, and some people are willing. They are in no way close. They don't even know how you get into that situation. But some people are willing to invest in you, to pull you out from that situation. Rather, you are trying to drag them. You understand? So they will just decide to just let you be, and then have it at the back of their mind that this person cannot just be helped, because you have shown them that you don't need help, so they should not help you.
Yeah, and I just want to add on that question. For some people, whether you sit them down and explain that this is what you're going through, they don't care. And what really matters for them is that they get your sympathy. Some people thrive on sympathy, and so they will always tell you they're in trouble. They cannot be out of trouble. It's like
they have accepted that
the
situation.
trouble. So as much
It's
as
their trade.
it's their trade, it's like they're just waiting to leave. We've talked about how certain people are entitled to other people's resources.
Like somebody
that you
asked
have
me this
finished
morning,
doing-
they have not paid you salary.
Yeah, exactly.
And I turned and I say, this work is in me. I'm doing it, or me and you. Like,
Honestly, some people just leave like that.
they
Some
will
people
call you
thrive.
and ask you. Up to now, they've not
They've
paid
not
you
paid the
salary.
salary. You see, and some of them will say,
Who asked you to borrow money?
Did
"We're not talking about
money,
borrowed. We're not talking about those that
I did not
borrow."
Borrower like you.
God forbid.
You didn't borrow money. Why are they asking? What's their business with your salary?
They want me to credit their accounts. You know the person that can be responsible for this. Go ahead.
Bro, you heard that?
I will call your mom at the end of this show.
But well, but that's how some people live their lives. They constantly just approach you with one story or another to get your sympathy. And if they're not getting sympathy from you anymore, they move to the next person. So always they seem to always be in trouble. And because you're trying to get sympathy from people to live your life, you can literally not even be happy. You cannot even find joy in anything. For someone Solomon spoke about information. If you're not informed about the things that you're doing, you keep doing all the wrong things. So the fact that you're not informed that getting sympathy from people are not going ahead to do the work that you need to do will automatically dampen your happiness or your resilience to through tough times. So when you're faced with tough seasons, instead of it to be a betterment of you, it will be the other way around. So when you are in for some people, they just constantly are just in that tough season because they've embraced it as a lifestyle. It's not a momentary thing. They've accepted that this is who I'm going to be. My whole life will be through tough season. But for some people, that even in the tough season, they find joy. They find certain snippets of peace and joy that is going on. So it all boils down to how you condition your mindset, how you're ready to live your life. I know of someone who has had an ailment for over 20 years, living her life, like more than half of her life she has been with that ailment. And but on the physical, she looks so beautiful and so bubbling and all that. She wears the dress and comes out and everybody just like, you're looking good. And they have no idea what she's struggling with. And a lot of times you find people trying to get sympathy from her while not having a clue of exactly what she's going through. But even in that health situation, you find her happy.
And that just brings me to the next question. There are people that once you see them, you're like, this person is going through a lot, or this person is going through tough season. Engineer Tony, you talked about how come I've not seen you and like look like you're going through a tough season? How did you manage to, like...
Is this me you're talking about?
Yes. Like you said, everybody experienced tough season. And just like the example that Prudence gave about somebody that has an illness that she's struggling with, but yet you see her, like you can't even say, oh, this person is going through this and that. And then how come, like, I've not seen that phase? Like, people around you seeing you and say, this person is going through a lot. Like, how did you manage not to allow... Some will talk about that for some people is a trade. Like, you just see them, they use it to even get sympathy from people. So how do you manage not to allow the tough season define you?
In the first place, who are you? Are you Joyce or you are tough season? If you are Joyce, continue being Joyce. If you are tough season, continue being tough season. But you see, when you start showing people what you are going through just so that they can pity you, you'll soon be a beggar.
True.
Because if Solo saw tough season instead of Joyce and he helped you, tomorrow Prudence saw tough season instead of you and she helped you, and Hassan saw tough season and helped you, you have just you will be settled with this help that you keep getting because you have a tough season. So you will condition your face to look like what you're going through, just so that people, why do people go into begging as a profession, as a way of life? It's because they have conditioned their minds. You are asking me, or was it me you are asking how
Yes.
people,
Yeah.
okay, Joyce, if I lose 100 million and it's gone, what kind of face will I show that will bring the money back?
It does
There
not
is
exist.
none, sir. If I lose a child,
True.
what kind of face will I wear that will bring the child back? Or you lose a home, or you lose a wife, or you lose a husband, or you lose anything. People must know. You see this short saying, life goes on. It sounds very simple, but people don't understand it. Until you have to make the decision of life going on, then you understand what it is. Why should a situation define you? Do you break? Yes. You have flesh and you have blood. Sometimes when you are driving, traveling, and you just see a car turning and reversing and running, do you know how you start feeling? You start stepping on the brake and then suddenly you hear the person, I'm pressed, I'm looking for a place to. on when I was on my way traveling, and suddenly my friend was in the car and he said, Kai Tony, I'm pressed, kasea. And then I just stepped on the brakes and I parked. And then cars behind me started, everybody started, and then they saw us. We came out calmly and took a leak and went back to the car. And then, it's like that. People can be afraid because of your fear. Not knowing what really is making you afraid. People must grow to the level that your mind must be schooled. That problem is part of human life. Challenges are part of human life. When pastors start telling you, you should not have. The Bible says you will have. You will have. But remember that he has overcome the world. The Bible says faith is the victory that overcomes the world. Now, if we have faith, we don't have the spirit of timidity or fear, but boldness and sound mind. Of course, the fear can come, but boldness can remind you who you are immediately. And you have to keep living in that consciousness until it becomes who you are.
Exactly.
We are all growing. We are all nurturing ourselves to become what Scripture has said. Because we were not born again. We were born sinners. And then we started growing as believers, believing in His word every day, and we are transforming every day. So, Joyce, people have issues. People have issues, but they act like there are no issues. As you see me now sitting here, if I start telling you the issues, you'll be like, so what are you doing on today's life? It's the same with you. It's the same with him. It's the same with her. Now, if you look at Solo now, Solo might be telling you, Kai, what is it, man? Kai. No, what is it now? Say it. My rent. My landlord said I should not come back to the house if I don't have his money. And here you are, with 10 million naira in your account. Maybe his house rent is 30,000, but there's 10 million naira in your account. And you're like, is that what you are disturbing yourself? Me, I have a problem that is bigger than your own. What is it? My husband. What is the problem? You have 10 million, but your husband is a problem. What is the problem? We have been dragging over the car. He said he wants to buy me this. Me, I said, no, this is what I want. You see what is a problem to you? At that point, Solo will even think you are using your story to mock him. And all that conversation will finish. You won't help him. Meanwhile, there's 10 million in your account. There are some people that, I think I said this from the beginning of the show. You just see somebody, everything he wants to eat is available. Everything he wants to wear is available. The comfort he needs at home is available. But there is somebody at work that is dealing with that person. I know a friend who went and did something very stupid with an office assistant. He's a big man. He has money. He has escort. And the girl said she was threatening him to tell everybody. So I said, what's the problem? She said she will say that people will look down on him, blah, 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 blah. That he's working on her transfer to the far north. I said, so how do you think you can control the problem if it's coming from the far north? He said, me, I don't have solution to issues when he's talking to me, blah, blah. I said, look, you have done it. You have done it. Talk to her. Sit down and agree. Probably she's calling you and not picking and all that. What took you there? So he called her and they talked and she forgave him. And a week later, she wrote a resignation. He was happy. I said, no, don't be. Don't be that she wants to start a salon. She wants to do this. I said, give her money, let her go. But eventually, he got her a job in another ministry. And that is it. You see, that problem stopped him from eating. He had money, he had
Tough
everything.
That was a tough season for him.
It was a tough season for him. So what you consider tough season, whether you wear it on your face or you don't, the best thing to do is not to wear it on your face. Is start looking for the solution. You saw me an auditor earlier, and I was telling her something. I said, I discovered long ago that church should not be appreciating me because I was working in church, play instrument, sing, come for rehearsal, do this program, do that one, on mic for pastor, off, pack instruments, go back, and people don't say thank you. And then I learned early that when they tell me thank you, I've received my reward. But God is always looking down, seeing what I'm doing. And it's like, I'm proud of you, but he won't say it because he's watching. So I told myself, I said, whether or not I am appreciated, wherever I find myself, I will do my best. And today,
It's like you were on this set yesterday.
oh wow, you discussed that.
No, we
I will
said
do my
something
best
different.
whether or not I'm appreciated. I am not there to be appreciated. As a matter of fact, I am there to change the status quo of the place. So if I leave without any impact from me felt, I wasted my time and the time of the organization for all the while that I've been there. So why would I carry the problems that I have on my face, on my body, and generate a new disease? Blood pressure or anything. You are the one that said something. Was it you or Jemima?
Peptic ulcer.
You said peptic ulcer when you carry.
Anger.
I don't want peptic ulcer. I don't even want the commonest of ulcer, the one that is treatable. I don't want it. I want to be free. I want to. And Joyce, believe me, since you met me in this life, how many times did you hear that I felt sick? That I can't walk, I can't move, I can't do anything. No, my mind is always free. I know people who hate me. But it's honestly, it's not my business. I know people who dislike me. It is not my business. It is their business. Anytime they keep food for me, they dislike does not eat with me. It doesn't affect. Anytime I have money in the bank, it doesn't affect it. Anytime I have congratulations from one big man, it doesn't affect it. Anytime, madam, if governor calls me and says, Tony, I'm not satisfied, I'm very disappointed, I will run and look for, because there's money there, there's prestige. So I'll go and make it up. But when a man that has not, or a woman that has not, we don't even know that census did not count you.
The truth is that whether we like it or not, like I said earlier on, like this season,
You have not said anything on the show.
yeah,
You are
I'm
just
about
asking
to.
questions.
Like whether we like it or not, these seasons are unavoidable, and that's why we say you said earlier on, like everybody goes through that. But I like people to see it as a phase. I mean, as a phase, it comes and it goes. We've seen people that once they experience tough season, they feel like that's the end of life. This defines my future. This defines where I'm headed. And that's why somebody can just decide to take his life.
Suicide.
That's why somebody can decide to quit on the job. That's why someone can decide to quit on the marriage, to just end that relationship and all, because they feel that thing they're experiencing like it's going to continue for the rest of their life. But when you look at tough season as a phase, you know that eventually you will get through it. I just hope that people learn to develop patience through tough season. There are times that rather than you like complain, looking at the negative angle, you are like, God, what do you want me to learn from this? What do you want to birth like through me in this season? There's places that God wants to take you to. Unless you go through this tough season, you will not appreciate where he's actually taking you to. So rather than seeing it as the end of life, rather than putting up that face, because like I said, there are people that they don't need to talk to you, but once you see them, you can just tell this person is going through tough season. And I'm not ruling out the fact that you can talk to somebody when you feel like this situation is overwhelming and it is beyond you. But don't take it as a trade. Like you lose a job, loss of a child, a husband, a loved one, or like you were sacked from your job, maybe for standing for the truth, or for like you're going through tough things. Like I said earlier, in the world now, we're in a challenging time. There are a lot of people that are going hungry daily. In Nigeria, because of the policies that that was implemented, there are a lot of people that are going hungry. The first subsidy removal by President Tinubu, a lot of people are going hungry now because of the hike in prices of food and all of that.
Our
President Tinubu, is that his name?
President that I love so much. You are calling him.
He's our president now. Do we have a choice? He's our president.
So is that not policy? Is that policy not saying you should hustle harder?
Hustle harder.
If you make somebody stone me on air,
they will not just stone you. They will wait for you outside.
I'm quite bothered when fellow Christians think that troubles should not even come to your way. But if you look at it, all our mentors, those that went before us, 1,000,001 of them, in fact, almost everybody that was listed in the scriptures had a tough season.
You did not hear people say you will not understand. No, their own is different.
They didn't have
Tinubu in their time.
How is their own any different? Even the savior that we profess to follow, he had his own tough season. It wasn't easy to come down to earth, be a human being, and then go to... Do you have any idea what the crucifixion meant? It was like the worst of worst punishment that could happen to you at that time. You literally were nailed and left to bleed to death. It was a slow, tormenting death. Very slow. That was a tough season for him, but he knew that it was heading towards something. And even before that time, the whole persecution from the Pharisees and all the other people, the priests and all that, it was a tough season for him. We talk about Paul, one of the greatest writers of the Bible. What was Paul? In fact, 1,000,000 times over, the times that Paul was kept on telling people, rejoice in suffering, be happy, be glad. It was from a prison cell he was writing them and telling them to be happy. That means he knew that his tough season,
they were free.
He was locked, they were free, and he was telling them to be happy. So
this thing is state of mind.
Yes, exactly.
State of mind. You see, honestly, nobody gives you a reward for going through a hard time. But you know what? There is no way, because men on earth we are rated by our strength. That is why you see somebody will study, have PhD, and have all of these things, but he's doing POS.
Or the billionaire that committed suicide.
The Bible says that if you faint in the day of adversity, that your strength is small. We are rated by strength, and that's how I understand life. When you pray for a life, if a life free of, what's the topic again?
Tough season.
A life free of tough season, you don't have a harvest. That means you have said, God, I want to remain at this level in this life. Some people say, I want to relax and be taken care of. That's a level they want to operate. But who will keep you relaxed and take care of you?
With whose source?
With which resources? So until you have accepted that you want a tough season, you can never cross to the other side of life. Look at the race. whether it's 100-meter, whether it's hurdle, they call it hurdles, right? You cross, whether it's whatever it is, there's a finish line. But between that start point and the finish line, you have so many hurdles to cross. When you get to the finish line, that's when they give you your reward. Why is it so? That is a tough season. If not, why would they not say last year Solo won? Why is he running again? He's the winner for this year again because he won last year. But you don't know, there are people that are willing to go through that tough season so that they can beat Solo as well. And in most cases, if you check 4 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, half a second, that is the between
difference.
all of these people. So it tells you that as we are doing today's life, some people are seeing it as a trash on air. Yes. What kind of set is this? The show is poorly lit. Somebody does not care. Let them talk to me.
True.
That is my school. But the other person is seeing it through his qualification. He's a this and that in broadcasting. So he doesn't even care about the content of the show. That is not a problem for him. But another person is like, if these people don't do this show tomorrow, hopefully they will answer. Look at what Jesus did to the man by the pool. Look at it. Jesus said, what do you want? The answer was simple. If I was there, I would have kicked that man till he said, I want to be healed. He said, anytime the pool is stirred, what do you want? He said, they say the Messiah has... Until Jesus got tired and said, I am he. What do you want? And he said, I want to be well. And no touch, nothing. Jesus said, rise up and walk. Sometimes you just have to agree that this is your condition and you want to be out of it. That is your only problem.
Yeah.
That is where you find help.
That's where you overcome that situation.
Joyce, what happens to the people who are HIV positive and they are home every day? What kind of season do they live in? What happened to the woman that was beaten by her husband and she's in the family house and people are not aware why she's there? And she's just thinking, if I stay here a week more, people will know there is a problem. What do you think she's going through? What do you think about the man that was given a release letter from work? Not because he did anything, but because the company does not have money to sustain all of them. Why was he chosen among those that are living? What do you think? Why do you think people are having it easy in this life? Because you make your hair up, you do all these things, and you come to work. You are happy. You even have chance to move out, to see somebody, to come. People visit you and all of that. You have a job. You are expecting money at the end of the month, and it surely comes. What do you think other people are going through? It's important. This topic is absolutely important. I think I should buy lunch for whoever wrote this topic. Okay, I did. So if I
I'm going through tough season on this set.
if I approve the topic, did I not did?
I'm going through tough season right now.
Somebody asked me, is that how you really speak English or you are just joking?
Someone commented yesterday that I cannot do without this show. He cannot.
Oh, this show.
Yeah, he cannot do without Echo TV.
Amazing.
So cute. I mean, a lot of people are really going through tough times, and we're not ruling that out actually. But it's just good that we don't allow the situation that we're going through define us. Like a lot of people we see successful, or the people you see happy, they all have story to tell. Like everyone had that tough season
and
that
they still have
had to
stories
pass.
unfolding. Yeah.
And they are still facing it. Like you say, sometimes you sit down and look at this man and say, hey, this man is enjoying, you see him living in this mansion, see the car that he's driving. You have no idea. Some of these people cannot even sleep in the mansion they built. They are going through tough season. There are people, you don't know the amount of drugs that they are dealing with. You don't know the challenges that their children, families, and all of that. Like, I remember somebody telling me that, Joyce, you're enjoying. And I say, I'm enjoying. Like, what do you mean? And the person say, you have money now. I say, money?
Tony
How?
is paying you.
Like, exactly.
True.
You have money.
Which
oh.
is true.
And I say, how?
Paying you
what do
hundreds of
mean?
thousands.
And this person said that
Should I say your salary?
maybe they will help me. They will do the contribution.
Okay, I'm not paying you much.
I did not say so now. Is how much is enough?
No,
Money-
they are seeing it. They are seeing it
how
now.
much is
They are
enough?
seeing the money on you.
Okay,
You are carrying their salary monthly on your head.
thank
They are
you.
watching you.
Thank you for approving.
But we have missionaries we need to pay, so we are taking a pay cut.
Wow, it is well God.
It's part of the.
It's part of the.
I thought you'd be excited. Our missionaries are
I
living
said
through
it
tough.
is well now.
They are in tough seasons.
Even me, I'm a missionary now. Am I not a missionary?
But you are not in tough season.
I'm in tough season
See
now.
gel on your hair. You are not in any tough season. You would have forgotten to make that hair up.
So it's just important that we build resilience. Let's build patience. Let's just trust in God, and then just try to learn through that situation. Sometimes you just feel it's your mindset that makes you think that you're the only one that is going through that phase. No matter what you think of the other person, sometimes, like Sambo Solomon say, if that person sits you down, your problem at your level,
It will look tiny.
and then at his level, when he tells you the one he's dealing with, this person told me, the reason why he's looking at it that, oh, you have money. I mean, you don't have a family to take care of, but I have like up to 40 or 50 persons that I'm paying their bills. So compared to, even if I'm earning $1 million and you're earning 100,000, who is rich by ratio? So you see, so sometimes we just sit, relax, and then look at our life. We don't appreciate where we are. We don't appreciate what God has done for us. I mean, you're not where you used to be. Is enough reason for you to be grateful. Is enough reason for you to trust God that this phase is going to pass. You're going to overcome it. But I just really hope that people will not look at tough season as the end of life, and then allow it to define where they are actually headed. Because no wonder people will decide to just take their life, because they feel, if this is the sum total of my life, then nothing good
Life
will come.
is unfair.
Yes, life is unfair. Life is this and that. So what's the essence of living? It's better I just take my life and just end it. People write notes. There was a billionaire that killed himself. He committed suicide. A lot of people were asking questions. All the question revolves around a billionaire with all the money you have. Like, a lot of people were writing
You
on
even
social
go and see
media.
What about
one
that
small
banker?
girl that is
That-
doing it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's true.
You go and see one
possible.
small girl that is doing it.
Quite unfortunate.
It's just unfortunate that when we are having a period of calmness and peace, we don't build ourselves in anticipation that tough times would come. We have, a lot of us have conditioned our minds to live the easy life. Condition, especially
your generation.
my generation.
Soft
I'm going to
life.
say that soft life. We don't want
Anything
stress.
outside soft life.
We don't
They'll
want.
tell you their hands is off. Me, I no go suffer. Anything suffer, count me out.
You know what?
But that is all the more
I-
reason why we do what we do now, and you find that we don't have resilience anymore because we are not prepared. We don't prepare our minds towards tough times that could come our way. And how exactly are we equipping ourselves so that when if we come across, or when we come across tough times, we're able to move past it. But no, we easily throw in the towel and tell you, what's life? Let's just give up on it
I
because
check
we're not
in.
ready.
I check into a hotel regularly at Abuja. And just any time I'm in that hotel, believe me, there's a new staff. Either the kitchen people, the laundry people, reception, and they are young people. It's owned by a friend. So one day I asked him, I said, why are you always changing people? He says, sir, when they collect salary, they will not come back to work again. They don't even write resignation. They just send you a text. One will tell you their mother is sick. She has to travel to this state. The other one will tell you the brother just fell down and broke his hand. They have to go for treatment. Why is it always happening after you are paid? So I told him, I said, well, consider older people. He said, that nobody will come to the hotel. I said, what kind of a world are we living in? These young people, they have parents. How do you want to help them? A woman called me and she said, Tony, speak to that your boy. He's still calling me to ask me for money. He's serving for God's sake. I'm a widow. Call him and talk to him. Once I'm paid, he will call me and ask me for money. At your age, you are serving, you are still asking your mother for transport money from where you are living to where you are going for your haba. See, this Gen Z, or what do they call them? Sounding like Chinese, Gen Z. These young people, honestly, I wonder even if God knows their problem as well. Because nobody seems to know what their problem is. Go to hotels, they are the ones spending the most. Go on the streets, they are the ones driving the most expensive cars. Go to the boutiques, they are the ones picking the best of clothes. Steez, they want to look good.
Steez.
Yet they are not working. But they have phones and laptops.
Yeah.
That's not to say all of them are doing illegal stuff. No, that's not it.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, if you live in a season and you feel being dubious is the only way out, you are a criminal, and before long it will catch up with you.
Sure.
It will catch up with you.
Sure.
Very true. And so it is really key and important, just like Engineer Tony said, that you don't go ahead approaching tough seasons with dubiousness or vices, because if you do that over time, it's just like you're just pushing the tough season away, but it will come up.
Catch up.
It will catch up later. So the fact that you're trying to dodge it now, it will come back in 2 folds or 3 folds or like multiple folds over. And that is another thing that a lot of us don't understand. You find, I don't know, I really don't understand why even from certain pulpits you keep hearing that you should not suffer, you should not go through all this stress, because life in itself is stress. And the only reason why people are the better versions of themselves is because they had to get over certain hurdles. They had to push through. You're talking about big names. You talk about Bill Gates. You talk about Elon Musk. You talk about all these big names. You're talking about them. If
Tony
you go
Nakali,
back to
you forgot.
Tony Nakali, very true, very true.
Increase the volume.
Tony Nakali, I'm
Yeah.
saying it loudly.
It's okay. Enough
If-
of that.
if you look at their lives, there is story to tell. There were times where they went without food. There were times where they went without shoes. There
I
were
didn't
times
went
where
without
they.
food.
I'm just giving.
There were times I had to deal with Joyce. There were times I had to deal with Prudence. That's my own case. Bill Gates
Okay.
and the rest of my friends, maybe they went without food.
Whoa. And there were times that they had to wait. Engineer Tony has told us a number of times about how he had to go and wait for someone, and at the end of the day, but he waited. There were times they had to wait.
He had
There
to
were
do
times.
saloon work. There was time he had to carry bricks.
There were times that they had to push wheelbarrow. All those times.
You're acting like you know me.
All those times are what makes.
I can just imagine how you're selling the kunu and the.
But Joyce, there are people now that will tell you, God forbid, to
Yes.
do stuff like that.
Yes.
Joyce, there's no job now that I'm bigger than. There's none. You
It's
take a job based on where you are in life. You have PhD, but they say PAS work. You say no.
God forbid. How can I?
So you would rather stay at home.
It's mindset. It's mindset. Just what he said now. How many people can genuinely say that and really mean it? It's mindset. That's why some people, they will be like, you are doing this job with your. You are bigger than this now.
Why are you not in CBN?
Wasting your time.
Why are you not a governor? You that is asking me.
Why
Why are you not a
NNPC?
senator? Why are you not a NNPC?
If I'm the one, if I'm the one with your qualification, I will not stay here.
Yes. A lot of people have
you
said
understand?
that.
We are
But
foolish to
you
think
see-
qualification will take you anywhere.
Exactly.
Yes.
The constitution of this country says that if you have a secondary school certificate, you can be the president and employ PhD and for them to take
To write
instruction from
speech
you.
for
What
you.
is that telling you? What is that telling you?
and you see one thing with
Kai.
the devil is
Mentality.
he's smart. He will try to create an image for you, you know, that makes you feel like this is the in thing. just like the way he psyched Eve. Like, did God really say you will be like this? He just need a confirmation what God says from her. And she confirms it. And he said, no, that's not it. It's not really that you will die. But you will be like him.
He became a scholar.
And the fact that he said you will be like him, but you were already created in his image. So how would you?
So you see knowledge. You understand
yes.
what you have and then what you are using it for. So he would just try to confuse you. Like now, the issue of easy life, you know, when people tell you easy life, if you see most women that talk about this issue, the young girls now that talks about soft life, right?
You don't even know what they talk about.
What is
it's
soft
soft life,
what-
not
what-
easy life.
Okay, sorry, soft life. Soft life.
You are not
right?
close to Joyce. You would have heard it several times.
Yes. So my question is that
Joyce,
And he
What-
said
And he
yes.
said yes, exactly.
what did I? Sorry,
you
guys
just answered what you didn't hear.
Yeah,
I'm talking
yes,
about
yes.
Joyce and Linda. They are the ones that love soft life. Continue.
I would have been in.
But you know why I love Linda? She will spend her last couple on me. Linda, God bless you wherever you are.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
So you see, the even life that the devil is confusing us to look as if it's easy. Is it really easy? Is it really soft? Because if you say you don't want to walk, you just want to cruise, like the video I saw, you know, that happened to a particular lady. I shared it with you.
Yeah.
It's just because the person need.
No, they
Maybe
need to know the story. The
No, I'm
young
not saying
man
the story.
picked her by the streets. Hook up. She went for the normal
hookup.
hook up, and he picked her,
And
took
then-
her to a hotel, and in a flashy car, he took her to the hotel, wrapped her leg. It was for
With-
ritual
with
purposes.
salt
She
tape,
didn't know.
yes.
Yes, he wrapped her leg, closed her mouth, and it was somebody in the hotel that had the scream. And that's how he called the attention of the management, and they burgled into the room. He was about to start removing parts of her body.
But she didn't die.
No.
She should be an evangelist now.
Somebody
Rightly-
said that they don't to learn from it. They will show pictures.
Rightly dividing the word of truth.
Was it not in just that one's ear was plucked out? Like there are a lot of stories about young girls that lost their lives in all of these hookup.
But they are,
and-
Joyce,
the
they are
funny
not
part
even
of it-
afraid. You see them on the streets hoping somebody will pick them.
Somebody said the next day,
that
if you
was
go
what
to where
happened.
she was picked, you will see another person there.
Because they will say she was not lucky. If anything happened,
Oh,
they will
she's
say
not
the lady
smart.
she was
Bad
not, she's not
business.
smart. So the devil will make you feel like, you know, is that smartness? And if you
How will you sleep not knowing somebody? It's even better if if you
Honestly.
people, there's nothing better about it. But let's say there are 5 of you and you took 5 people. It's better all of you is a congregation. You understand? But just you and the how will you sleep?
You don't know the person.
This life, you know, a story was told about a lady that needed a phone. And the guy in Lagos, and the guy really loved the girl. And he just met her. And he could not buy iPhone 16, iPhone 15 for her then. So he told his friends. So the friends said they will all contribute money, but let her know that when she comes, all of them will use her. I think they used her for about 3 days, non-stop.
She's still alive.
She is.
Wow, that was.
She started vomiting blood on her way. And she fell down. Then somebody picked her up. They took her to the hospital. So they asked her. She now said, but they gave her the money. They told her, we will give you the equivalent of the phone. You go and buy the phone. So they transferred the money to her. But she was in that house for 3 days. I think it's 7 or 8 of them. This happened last year or so. Was it early this year?
So you see, the guy didn't like her.
So they asked her. They said truly, will you buy it? She said she's buying the phone. No.
She will not eat food, or she will buy it.
She said she's buying
She will
the
not
phone.
treat herself.
That
She
she's
will go and buy
the
the phone.
only one using iPhone 7 Plus. That all her friends, 13, 14, 15, 13, 14, 15. So she really needs that phone.
Need.
Yes.
There are ladies that will
That-
tell you that it's tough season that led them to that. Don't condemn me until you are in my shoes. So you see how we talk about how tough season can either make or mar you.
mar you.
Look at the lady that died, that was killed in Jos. She went for hookup and she wants to meet up with trend, peer pressure. So she wants to meet up with standard. Some will tell you, oh, there's nothing in my house to, like, my parents cannot feed. I have to do this. Some, the parent push them into it so that they can. But there's another young lady out there that decided, I'm going to learn a skill. I'm going to make money legally. And she built a business, not just built a business.
Reasoning.
Her family, she made
Positive
sure that
reasoning.
her siblings learned the same skill. Now they have a big
Family
company
business.
that they are running, and the life of her family, the narrative changed entirely
It's
because
not-
she
you see-
decided
you see-
to.
We neglect process.
Yes. No, but especially this generation, nobody wants to go through anything.
True.
I was telling you, I think it was on today's live, I was telling you about a lady that followed me in a hotel, a very small girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was telling somebody that I was buying stuff from. Nobody, no young person wants to work. This woman was offering to pay her 40,000. But guess what she said? She said she can make this 40,000 in 2 days. Why would she stay 30 days to make 40,000? So you see, it's just everybody feels, if I have a body that can give me money, why would I go and waste my time? And that is why you see girls, go to Abuja now and see. Go to a restaurant to eat, there are girls. Go to a lounge, there are girls. Go to anywhere you go to, there are girls. They are waiting for somebody to talk to them. They just want to do this and do. Somebody was saying that it was tweeted, that someone tweeted it, that they have a standard rate in Abuja. Now, if you are coming to Abuja and you want to carry a woman, you should know that there is a standard rate. Now, so they already, if assuming, let's say it's 50,000 standard, and you are doing that every day, let's say you do that 3 times a week, you have 150,000 every week. You have 450,000 in a week. You have 150,000 in a week. In 4 weeks, you have more than 500,000 in a month. What kind of house would you not stay in? If you save well, you might even buy a car. You might buy a phone and live large, but at the expense of your spirit and your flesh. Because the Bible says, he who shares, he who sleeps with a prostitute shares the same soul. You don't even know her connection. You don't know the ritual she has done. You don't know the people she has met. That whenever I meet a man or so person, he has to keep giving me, he has to keep calling me, or he has to do this. You don't even know. You don't even know the man that is coming to be with you, just because there is a tough season. And you need to be out of that season by hook or by crook.
Yeah.
Some people die and not come out of that season.
True.
And that is a lesson that people should learn. You might not live to tell how you came out of that season.
That's true. Like I've had a lot of testimony experiences of people that, for me, it stood out for me. Like they went through this tough season, like determined that this is just going to be a phase. They took it as a challenge, and then they made sure that it built a better and a bigger version of themselves. For some, the family they came from, they saw how they struggled all through. And for someone they said, for me, it's a challenge. I would not have my own family go through what I went through. So I'm going to do what is expected of me. Maybe my father missed it somewhere. Maybe my mother missed it somewhere. But I have taken that as a lesson, that this tough season will not make me do the things that are negative, but rather I will stick towards what is expected of me, the right thing, and what is morally right to get out of this season. There are people that got deceived in their tough season. They were lured into ritual, and then sooner or later, the devil gave them what they wanted, but it didn't last long. We saw how people were given fame in this country. They sang songs. They wanted fame, they wanted money, but the devil gave them condition. I'll give you this for 1-2 years, and after that you're gone. Yes, they accepted. Some, they don't even know what will happen. After the fame, you see that
they
sooner
will
or
tell
later
you spend 2 billion in 2 weeks.
Yes, at the expense
How?
of their life. So why wouldn't you want to wait on God? Why wouldn't you want to identify purpose in that tough season? Why wouldn't you want to take it as maybe God preparing for? There are some tough seasons that are self-inflicted. Like we're not unaware of that. But then just ensure that you grow out of. I remember back then, like when I got to school, I appreciated why I didn't go to school at the time that I wished I went. I graduated from secondary school at 16. So based on our conversation with peers, we are going to face the wilder world at 20, you're out of university and all of that. But God's plan was different. I was crying. All my friends are in school. I didn't get the admission. Every day I'm crying every day. But eventually when I got to school, I was very every day I'm saying, God, thank you that I didn't go at that time, because maybe I wouldn't have been where I am today. So I just pray that we'll try to be patient, build skill, and learn something worth learning, and then encourage the world from the tough seasons rather than allowing it mar us. Thank you for doing this with me.
You're welcome,
Really
Joyce.
appreciate you. And to our
Pleasure.
viewers out there, we're grateful. Echo Executive, thank you for this platform. Our supporters, we're grateful. Those of you that join us on Facebook and YouTube, we're grateful. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, to talk about relationship. You have a great day. Bye-bye.